Journalism is one of those rare individuals that truly has it all. He's a beast of a horse. He's got efficient, machine-like mechanics. And then that intangible, what you can't measure inside, which is that desire to be a racehorse and try to win.
Journalism sitting on the cusp of an impactful 3-year-old season.
Journalism striding away powerfully. Journalism is the best in the West.
Hey, thank you.
Journalism, big, powerful horse. He trains with a lot of integrity. Very precocious for being a son of Curlin.
We had a lot of Curlin filly success. Had taken a few swings on some Curlin colts, hadn't quite hit the mark yet, but when it comes to Curlin, it's only a matter of time. He's gonna deliver you that bell ringer.
Oh my goodness! Journalism has won the Preakness!
This horse, obviously, I could say make my name wherever I go around, you know. People say, you're the rider of journalism.
Second in the Derby, second in the Belmont, then win the Haskell in dramatic fashion. I don't know that we'll ever be associated with a horse as brilliant as him again. Before the Pacific Classic, we really wanted to see journalism with good, high energy and a willingness to not just complete the body of his work, but carry on past the wire. They're just heading up the backside right now. He's got a hammer log. This is the best part of the work right here. He'd had a very strenuous campaign with a lot of travel, and to step up into races that he would be competing against his elders, we wanted to really make sure that he was on his game. And that work gave us every indication that he was ready to run in the Pacific Classic. Did we tighten the screws or crank on him or clamp down on him? Absolutely not. I only want to know what you feel.
What I feel, nobody can feel. I'm sorry about that.
It is going to be quite a showdown in the 35th running of the Pacific Classic. Fierceness coming in from the East and taking on one of the best in the West and one of the best in the 3-year-old division in journalism.
This was always perceived to be an important race. Of course, it's a Pacific Classic. But we also knew that it was going to also have to serve as a segue to what would be his next race, if all goes well, which would be the Breeders' Cup Classic.
On paper, journalism looks like the favorite, but to me, they are the favorite. Fierceness, they already compete in the Breeders' Cup, you know, so we should not forget that.
We have about 35 people at the house. Todd Pletcher's in the other room, so hopefully he puts on something special tonight.
They're off in the Pacific Classic. And Fierceness angled to the inside, almost went into that temporary rail.
It was dramatic at the start because Fierceness veered in really severely. So it was a little distracting because Fierceness took away so much of the attention.
And it's a 5-length gap back to Umberto Rispoli and Journalism, who are letting them roll early.
We really don't know why Journalism was so far back early on in the race, but Umberto Rispoli has been very adamant about the fact that Journalism is different in every one of his races. We had to use him deceptively the second quarter of a mile in the race just to get into the position that we wanted to be in from the beginning. The parting of the Red Sea occurred going into the far turn at about the 3.5.
Fierceness is moving now as they make their way into the far turn with 3 furlongs to go.
While he was opening up on the field, Journalism was just starting to mount his run. Journalism was motoring, no doubt about it, but Fierceness was gone.
Journalism is all out, and he's not doing enough to beat the beast from the East. Fierceness has won the Pacific Classic by 3.
What will you take away from this race and this experience against older horses?
He's the first 3 years old, good of his generation. Then he fights against the older horse, and look, I think he's just gonna gain some more experience and see what the Breeders' Cup is gonna do. You know, we're gonna have a lot of other good horses, so we go from there.
You know, Breeders' Cup, there's just this incredible buildup and anticipation to it. It's electric, the atmosphere. There's just so much at stake, so much riding on these races, and you could feel it. We didn't want to overtrain him going into the Pacific Classic. We just wanted him ready enough to perform well in that race. So it's a fine line, a balance you've got to determine. Michael comes from the Todd Pletcher School of Training. I don't know that there's ever been a better target trainer for big races than Todd. And Michael's a chip off the old block in that respect. And he knows what the target's been since the Pacific Classic, and have every conviction that Michael and journalism will hit that target come Breeders' Cup time.